So Honda just dropped its 2025 Civic Hybrid, and it's making a pretty bold claim that this is a car that sips gas and is actually fun to drive. Now, in the world of hybrids, that's a really tough promise to keep. So we've dug through all the expert reviews to see if Honda really truly pulled it off. Let's dive in.
You know, for years, the whole conversation around hybrid cars has been about compromise. It's always been, sure, you can get great mileage, but you gotta sacrifice the fun. Or, yeah, you can get performance, but your wallet's gonna feel it at the pump. Well, this new Civic Hybrid claims to have finally solved that. So the big question is, did they?
Okay, so what are we really looking at here? This isn't some totally new car from the ground up. It's the Civic we all know and love, the 11th generation model, but now it's got a hybrid powertrain, and you can get it as a sedan or hatchback. It's basically taking over for the old Honda Insight, but Honda's goal this time around is way more ambitious. They're trying to make the one Civic that does it all.
So what's the case for buying this car? Why is it getting so much attention? Let's get into the good stuff, because there are some really big points in its favor. First up, the number that always gets people's attention: fuel economy. Honda is saying this car gets a combined 49 miles per gallon. That is a huge number for a car of this size and power.
And what that 49 mpg really translates to is, well, fewer annoying trips to the gas station and more money staying in your pocket. Doesn't matter if you're stuck in traffic on your daily commute or cruising down the highway on a road trip. It's a real, tangible saving. But that amazing efficiency is only half the story. The other number that just completely shatters that old hybrids are slow stereotype is this one right here: 200 horsepower. Now, to put that into perspective for you, 200 horsepower is actually more than what you get in the sporty gas-only Civic Si. And because of the way its two-motor hybrid system works, the electric motor gives you all its power instantly. There's no waiting, no lag. You touch the pedal and it just goes. Reviewers are all saying this makes the car feel incredibly quick and responsive. And the good news just keeps on coming. All the things people love about the Civic are still here. You've got that nimble, precise handling that actually makes it fun to drive on a curvy road. You also get the Honda Sensing Safety Suite standard, which is a big deal. That's your adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, all that good stuff. Plus, having the choice between a sedan and a more practical hatchback is a fantastic bonus.
Okay, so the performance and the fuel economy are seriously impressive. But you know how it is. No car is perfect. And this is where we have to talk about the compromises. So let's flip the coin and look at the demerits. Inside the car, it's kind of like a tale of two different experiences. If you're sitting up front, things are pretty good. The driver and passenger have what they need. But if you're in the back, it's a different story. There are no rear air vents and no USB ports back there, which can make it feel a lot less refined, especially for your friends on a long trip or on a hot day. And then we have to talk about the price. Look, you're paying for that legendary Honda reputation for rock-solid reliability and fantastic resale value. But that usually means it costs a bit more right out of the gate than its key competitors, like the Toyota Corolla or Hyundai Elantra hybrids. So the question you have to ask yourself is, how much is that brand name peace of mind worth to you?
There are a few other little things to keep in mind, too. The infotainment screen, for example, it feels a little small and dated compared to what rivals are offering these days. A lot of people also report a fair amount of road noise, especially on the highway. And hey, it's worth remembering this is a first-year model. Even with Honda's great track record, there's always a slight risk of little quirks with a brand new design. Oh, and finally, while that official 49 mpg figure is great,
Some drivers are reporting their real-world numbers are closer to the low 40s.
So, with all that out on the table, what's the final takeaway? Let's pull this all together and figure out if the 2025 Civic Hybrid is the right car for you and what you need. When you lay it all out like this, you can really see the car's split personality. On one hand, you have these absolute knockout strengths, amazing fuel economy mixed with genuinely fun performance. I mean, that's a rare combo. But on the other side, you've got some clear compromises. The backseat comfort is limited, the tech is a bit dated, and there's that road noise. This right here is the core trade-off you're making with the Civic Hybrid.
So, who is this car perfect for? Well, it's for the driver who just refuses to choose between saving money on gas and actually enjoying their drive. If you want a practical, safe, daily driver that puts a smile on your face every time you get behind the wheel, and you're maybe not quite ready to make the jump to a full EV, then yeah, the Civic Hybrid should probably be at the very top of your shopping list.
But on the other hand, you might want to look at some other options if your absolute top priorities are a super futuristic, high-tech interior and a really quiet ride, or if you're a hypermiler who wants to squeeze every last possible mile out of a gallon of gas. And of course, if you're just someone who's naturally cautious about buying any car in its very first model year, there are definitely some other great alternatives out there.
So in the end, it all comes down to this one question. Honda has managed to create this incredible, almost perfect balance between fun performance and amazing efficiency. Is that brilliant driving experience worth the trade-offs in things like cabin tech and rear seat comfort? Ultimately, that's the decision every single person thinking about this car will have to make for themselves.